Kennesaw's Great Locomotive Chase, also known as Andrews Raid, occurred in 1862. Union volunteers and soldiers, led by James J. Andrews, stole the General locomotive from the Big Shanty train depot in what is now downtown Kennesaw, Georgia. As the General's conductor, Confederate William A. Fuller, the crew and passengers stopped at the train depot to breakfast, volunteers from the Union Army, led by civilian scout Andrews, commandeered the train and took it northward toward Chattanooga, intent on disrupting the Confederate supply line by destroying the train tracks and telegraph wires. The mission failed. The conductor noticed the train moving and set off in hot pursuit of the locomotive on foot, and through a series of events caught up with Andrews and the raiders and recaptured the general. Andrews was caught and executed by hanging on June 7, 1862 in Atlanta. On June 18th, seven fellow raiders returned to Atlanta and also hung by the Kennesaw has a past rooted in the Confederacy and railroad history. Stores like Wildman's keep the Confederate past alive, and the locomotive has become a sort of a logo for a town that developed from clusters of shanties along the railroad route. The Southern Museum in downtown Kennesaw is the permanent residence of the General locomotive. The abduction of the General inspired two movies. Buster Keaton starred in The General, a 1926 silent film, and again in 1956 when Disney released The Great Locomotive Chase, starring Fess Parker.